I watched no NFL football, not a second of it. And, Rick, it seems like a lot of people did as well.
Yep. They're down about 30% so far. That's the early reports on the viewership for this weekend's games.
Well, that was I think that's just the Sunday night game was down 30%.
No, that was Thursday night. Thursday night was down 30%.
Thursday night was down 15%.
The numbers aren't in yet for Sunday, but what do we notice about
No. Let me jump here to sorry to interrupt. The Daily Caller right off the bat. Sunday Night Football TV ratings dropped 28% from the 2019 opener. TV ratings for the first Sunday Night Football game are in, and they're down big. According to Deadline, the Rams beating the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football was watched by 14 million viewers.
God, that's not
on NBC.
Nothing. That's nothing for them. That's the highest rated show on TV every week the last 10 years.
And scored a 4.7 in the early ratings, which means roughly only 4.7% of households with TVs actually watched. That's a 30% decline in the ratings and a 23% decline in viewership from the 2019 opener on Sunday night. As always, these numbers can be subject to some change as more information comes in, but these numbers aren't pretty. This is what happens when you make everything political. The NFL put two of the biggest names in all of pro sports in a primetime game against each other, and people still didn't care enough to even watch. When you turn sports into political debates, people tune out. It's just that simple. We've seen it time and time again. It's not a mystery. People want to watch sports and have fun. They're not watching to get lectured. It might only be one game, but the NFL is in serious trouble if this trend continues all season long. If the numbers are down this much, then Roger Goodell has major problems on his hands. You can't be down 30%. Maybe, just maybe, players shouldn't do things such as kneeling during the national anthem that alienate fans. At the end of the day, the fans are the customers. When you upset the customer, they leave. It's really super simple. We'll see how the NFL responds, but it's not off to a great start. That much is painfully clear. That from David Hookstead, editor-in-chief there over at, well, actually, he's not editor-in-chief of there, Smoke Room editor-in-chief. This is printed in the Daily Caller today.
To comment on that, if you remember when the NBA first came back, it had a good spike in ratings and then plummeted. It's almost like people tuned in to see what they would do, saw what they did, and then left. So we could see much worse numbers next week based on what happened with the MLB. For what did people see? BLM on the mounds. People were turned off. Same thing with the NBA. People watched and then they got turned off. I mean, Sunday Night Football is the highest advertising dollar of any program on TV. So it's pretty crazy that they went, if this wasn't mail-in voting, this would be a landslide. This would be a red wave. But I think the only reason why we're even discussing what's going to happen is because it's this voter fraud to me that's right on the horizon. But